I just got out of being interrogated by the police, and now that I'm home, I need to share this story with y'all. Forgive me for any errors. I was in a rush to get this out. So I work for a small company in quite a big office building near downtown Dallas. The building is pretty oddly shaped. Most of the building is in a rectangular shape, but part of it juts in like a V shape. It's a really nice office building, but the important part is that I was on the tighter end of the V, so my office was quite close to the offices on the other side. I have my own personal office, and when I finish with whatever I am doing, I usually just look out my window to the other side of the V shape. I usually see nothing very interesting. There's this one thing that I saw that really struck out. It was around 6:30 p.m. Since daylight savings, it was already very dark, and I was just peering through my window. Some office lights were on and others were off, which was completely normal. I was looking around and something caught my eye. A very small office, apparently a janitor's office, had something in it. I could barely make it out, but I could make out a pale face in it. It was very opaque, but it did look like a face. I wasn't sure if it was an actual face or not. Like those times where you think you see something in a dark corner, but it's actually nothing. I passed it off as something like that. But what really bothered me was that this face was looking directly at me. I went home that night not thinking about what I saw. I told my wife about it, but she thought nothing about it also. I went to sleep and woke up the next morning at around 6:15 a.m. It's a good 20-minute drive from my house to my office with traffic. I ended up getting there at around 6:45, and once I was in my office, the sun was beginning to rise. The first thing I did was look across to the janitor's closet. The face was still there. It was at this point that I realized that that face belonged to someone. Maybe the janitor locked himself in there or was somehow knocked unconscious, so I decided to find another janitor I knew, Michael, and asked him to open the door to the closet. The door to the office was locked, but luckily Michael had a key. We opened the door, and quickly the smell of rotting eggs and feces overcame us. Michael threw up behind me. I decided to step inside the closet. Bad idea. The face was there, but that was it. Someone had sliced off the janitor's face and sloppily duct taped it against the window. Part of his brain was still attached, and his body lied in the corner in a puddle of blood. All of his fingers and toes were gone, nowhere to be found in the closet. I ran out and threw up next to Michael's, and Michael called 911. Cops came and shut down the whole building. The entire office was a crime scene. Michael and I were escorted to the police station, where we were both asked questions for over 2 hours. They told us that this was one of the worst murders they have ever seen. I'm set up for a ton of therapy sessions. I was given months of work off to recover. But this, you can't recover from. There's no amount of therapy sessions that can help you after seeing that. Every time I close my eyes, I see that face. That horrifying face. I can't get it out of my head. I came home crying with my wife. Now I'm here, trying to explain the stuff that just went down to you guys on Reddit. But you don't understand just exactly what it's like. It's unexplainable. Just that body and that face. It haunts me. But the one thing that bothers me the most is something the cops told me at the station. face wasn't just randomly placed on the window. It was angled and elevated perfectly so that the face would be pointed directly at me, watching me. Whoever did this, I fear knows who I am, and maybe after me. I don't know what to do. I might be this psychopath's next target, and I do not want that to happen to my wife nor me. Please, help me.